Was there anyone on the bench that could have come off, you think, for Spurs that would have provided that impact? The first person I look to is Dele Alli, because he's been, his name has been making the press this week because of what Jose Mourinho has said. Gary?
Well, yeah, I think Dele Alli would be the one that tends to spring to mind, because I would suggest that Dele is a more attack-minded player compared to Sissoko. Ndombele is more attack-minded. So if you were looking more for a like-for-like, Dele Alli would have possibly been the replacement. What we don't know is all the fitness figures that Spurs hold on all their players at the moment. Dele Alli hasn't played a great deal. How fit is he really? You do get the feeling that there are some manoeuvring going on behind the scenes with regards to Dele Alli's future, and is he going to stay at the club as well? So that side of it, I'm not close enough to it. I'm not privy enough to that information. And I guess we can only speculate.
But do you think he deserves a public criticism from Jose Mourinho of late then, Jolyon?
No, and we've seen it before that Jose is quite selective in his criticism publicly. We didn't see him attack RA last week. He chose to kind of keep that in the dressing room, but then today's selection is not available. So there obviously was some disappointment in that decision he made last week at RAA. So to kind of go after Dele Alli after the Stoke game was quite surprising, because we've seen Jose defend players to the hill. Even just then when he was asked about what he wants to see more of, he was quite closed and reserved in regards to what he's willing to say. So for me, there is something there between the two. Again, I'm not sure what would have had to happen for Dele Alli to get on the pitch today. I'm not sure there was any intent to get him on there, regardless of the score. Because, like I said, if you need to score more goals or create more attacking prowess, you don't bring on Sissoko. You bring on Dele Alli, and it wasn't like Sissoko then went and played as a number 10. He moved Harry Winks forward, so that would have been perfect for Dele Alli to make the runs in behind Harry Kane as well.
Do you think he has been unfairly treated by Jose Mourinho in the larger sense as well? Because it's been quite a hot and cold situation. He did well in a couple of games before that Leicester one. He came on, made a bit of an impact. But in that Leicester game, he wasn't even named on the bench, a bench that Jose Mourinho could name 9 players, Jolyon.
Yeah, again, that's disappointing. I just think the documentation of the situation has been far too public for me as a player. Are you willing to take criticism in-house? But again, you want to know and be treated fairly. So if you're regarded as not good enough, I want to know what the other players are doing. And if they don't do what you'll deem me not to be doing, then they need to come out of the team. And I think every player is the same in regards to, they understand you can't necessarily play all the time, but as long as you're treated fairly and everyone gets kind of equal treatment, you can live with that. And it doesn't seem the case with Dele Alli.
What do you think should happen to Dele Alli in January then, Gary?
I think that there is a possibility that Dele Alli leaves Tottenham. Whether it happens or not, who knows? We have to wait and see. Does Dele Alli have to move somewhere to rejuvenate his career? I would like to think that if Dele Alli remains at Spurs, they can manage him better than it would appear that they have been managing him. 2 years ago, he was a great talent, a goal scorer, a great athlete. He could go end to end. He had what appeared to be just about everything as a player, and it's disappeared from him. I don't know why. Personally, I think Mourinho digs people out at times to make a point generally, but if you dig the wrong person out, it can actually negatively affect that person. Listen, you have a look at Mourinho's CV, you have a look at what he's won, you have a look at what he's achieved. We shouldn't be criticising him too much, but I'm not sure whether the way it appears Dele Alli has been treated, whether I would have been happy with that as a player myself. In actual fact, I think, based on what I've seen, I wouldn't have liked it.
Well, Jolene, what do you think then, Dele Alli? Because the links of PSG and possibly Mauricio Pochettino is on the books as well.
Yeah, like Gary said, I wouldn't have been like to be so documented, but for Dele Alli, he needs to kind of find a way to rejuvenate himself and kickstart his career again, because 2 years ago he was regarded as one of the best talents in the Premier League, and he was instrumental for England. And with the Euros in the summer, he's going to want to play a number of games to get a rhythm to be in a chance of getting back in that squad. PSG would be a great opportunity for him to do that. Obviously, with them looking to win titles and compete in Europe. So that would be a sensible move for all parties, because he knows the manager. The manager knows what he brings to the table. So in regards to Dele Alli's short-term future, it would make sense for him to look at that option.